is official, we are going to be seeing the good old classic perks inside of Modern Warfare 3, as we have confirmation by other content creators that were exclusively invited to a special preview of Modern Warfare 3 where they got to see Juggernog itself and that it will be coming back inside of the game. In today's video, I want to talk about what perks, how will they work, what perks we are going to be seeing, how will they work, and if we are going to be getting anything in relation to a Wonder Fizz and other stuff like that. If you're new here, a subscribe and a like would be very much appreciated, as that does really help out the channel, and I'll be covering a bunch of Modern Warfare 3 content and also just overall zombies on the channel if you are interested in that type of content. So first thing is first, obviously Juggernog is back. If you didn't know, we haven't seen Juggernog since Cold War Zombies, as the addition that we did see in Vanguard Zombies was a god-awful version of it where you had to take the perk over and over. To me, this basically is a confirmation that it is just going to behave like Juggernog, where you will take it once off the bat and never have to worry about it again. And also on top of this, we do know that there will be upgrades to the certain things, so my theory is Juggernog will probably receive similar upgrades as we did see in Cold War. Now, some of the upgrades were like reducing status effect durations, increasing the maximum health by a significant large number, and I'm pretty sure we are going to be seeing a very similar thing with something like Ethereum crystals again, as there will be a reward system each time you extract inside of the game mode. But Juggernog can't be the only perk we are going to be seeing. Obviously, Juggernog essentially gives you more health, which is the basic thing that it always behaved like, but how would other perks work in this scenario if we have, for example, AI, normal human beings, versus zombies? If you don't know, this mode will not be PvP. You will be thrown into a DMZ like environment and have to fight to get through and essentially survive and extract successfully, but you will not be able to go up against players, probably because the whole like wonder weapons, perks, and other stuff would collide together and make it very difficult to make it work, is what I am basically expecting that that's the case is going to be happening. Now, one perk that I'm pretty certain is almost 100% going to be making a return is Stamina Up. It's like the basic one, especially since we are being thrown into a ginormous map, which is supposed to be this one called Las Almas, but it has been changed because it was supposed to have a Mexican theme, but now it is going to be set somewhere else in the world, and Stamina Up would just be a very nice perk to see inside of the game to run from one point to another really fast. The other two perks that I think we're going to be seeing, just because they are the essentials, is Quick Revive. Again, it's something similar to basically having a self-res, but you know, it would just allow you to revive your teammates really fast, and since it is supposed to be a very squad based mode, this would just make sense to have. Speed Cola, again, is just another one that really makes sense. Reload your gun faster. If they are saying that it's going to be the most largest experience, you're going to be going up against a ginormous amount of zombies and probably players and probably other AI human beings around the place, being able to reload your gun faster is going to be super nice. Having things like perhaps maybe Mule Kick would also be really cool to see, because it would just let you have 3 weapons. If it is going to be following something similar to DMZ, there probably will be some kind of punishment system where every single time you'll be hopping in, you won't be able to go in with the same weapon if you die really fast. So just being able to carry an arsenal of 3 will be super cool. And one that I have to mention, but I'm really skeptical if we are going to be seeing it anytime soon, potentially in COD 2024, and that is Double Tap. Double Tap is one of those perks that a lot of people have been wanting, but we are going to be seeing Pack-a-Punch, and the last time we have seen Pack-a-Punch and, well, Double Tap has been quite some time, so they might be implementing the same idea of, well, Double Tap is inside of the Pack-a-Punch machine, so every single time you Pack-a-Punch, your weapon will be just like as if it had Double Tap on it. But here's to us hoping that we will see the bad boy back, because it's been so goddamn long since the last time we have seen any reminiscence of it inside of a Call of Duty game. Another one, maybe they will be implementing the return of something like Electric Cherry or Elemental Pop. If you don't know what Elemental Pop is, it was the perk that we did see in Cold War Zombies, and it was implemented for the first time ever. And speaking of a perk being implemented for the first time ever, there's a high possibility we might see that in this game. Who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us with a random perk that will be brand new to the Call of Duty experience, something that could specifically work inside of the actual game, specifically for this DMZ mixed with Outbreak, which I am going to be calling now MWZ, because that's what they seem to call it themselves, Modern Warfare Zombies. It's going to be interesting if that's going to be the case. Now, apart from those perks, we do have Deadshot, we do have Tombstone, Widow's Wine, stuff like that. Obviously the good old perks that we could all be possibly seeing. I doubt we're going to be seeing them all straight away. It is probably going to be taking over the next few months during the game's life cycle, similar to the normal Call of Duty experience where they're like, hey, here's a new perk, here's this new blah 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 boo boo. They're probably going to be releasing missions over the seasons, probably with new perks, new wonder weapons, and things like that. That's another reason as to why I think this mode will work very well. It's basically a sandbox experience that they can constantly upgrade different loot variety, different zombies, and especially different types of perks. Now I want to quickly move on to, will there be a Wonder Fizz, or will this behave similar to the DMZ perk system where you basically unlock perks after extracting? If this is the case with perks, that's going to be a bit concerning, because what if there's a perk that is really bad? Will you extract and you want to get Juggernog, but you won't get Juggernog? Now there's also a possibility that if this is the case, they might default to the classic 4 perks straight off the bat. So you'd get Jug first because that's the most useful, then maybe Quick Revive, Speed Cola, Stamina up, so on and so forth, just to make your life easier. Or will it be that you are hopping into a map and it's like good old zombies, you have to run across the map, it's like, oh, Jug is here, Stamina up is here, how do I make this strategy thing where I run from this point to this point to this more difficult area to pick up Juggernog? And I think this would really enhance the experience, but we're just gonna have to wait and see until official things is released. My theory is that if they do this whole like random thing, you extract, random perk, it's going to be a bit concerning, and I don't think it's going to last very long. People will voice their concerns and they're probably gonna have to reverse some stuff. The good old Call of Duty Activision experience where you complain, they're like, oh boy, we're losing players, we better make this change really fast. But another way that I think that this is just going to work almost perfectly is not having a Wonder Fizz machine in this one area, because there's no PvP, so having like one thing in one area isn't going to create anything really terrible. Because in the past on DMZ, if there was one buy station around, you had other players running up to it and it was like a stressful thing. It's like, oh my god, I could get taken out here. There's none of that. But having the whole idea of, oh, I have only 60 minutes in this map, I have to run from this point to this point to complete my objective, but I also need perks, because if I don't get perks, this will be more difficult. It's just going to make you do way more things. And they did say the zombies experience is actually going to be way more difficult this time around, because the closer you get to the middle of the map, the more difficult it is. So that's another place they could just put a perk that's like really useful, maybe something special for the mode that you're gonna need. And I think it's just really exciting to be talking about this stuff, because it's like just theorizing. It's like, oh my god, this could work, but what about this, but what about that? That is why I'm making these videos, and I hope you guys kind of enjoy them. I'm going to be covering a good few things, and then I'm obviously gonna run out of stuff to talk about. Hopefully we get an official announcement of when maybe Activision wants to do an official announcement of the mode. So they did what they did with multiplayer and campaign. The only information that we did get from Zombies was from other content creators, and if that's the way they're trying to promote the mode, that's a bit bizarre. They even promoted DMZ, they promoted Vanguard, they promoted Cold War Zombies, so it'd be a bit bizarre if they just kind of like leave us with this info up until November 10th. But that's going to be for the video. If you have any perks that you would specifically want to see, comment down below, but they are officially coming back. We just don't know which ones, apart from Juggernog, because that's the one that the players that did get to play the game early, or at least went to this special event, got to see, and that's super exciting. Good news to see that Jug is coming back, because Vanguard has scared a lot of us with whatever those were. I don't even remember their names, and I don't want to remember their names. Thank you so much for watching. If you did watch this far, well then be sure to subscribe. You clearly did enjoy the video in some kind of way and found it interesting. I will be basically doing this more and more, and also be sure to drop a like at the video, as that does really help. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.